It's a windy day here in Dodge Center, Minnesota. Look at them trees blowing. We got 2.5 inches of rain last night. But look at what I have here. Look at the size of these boxes that came. And these boxes are all the way from Snellville, Georgia. We're going to get them out to the shop and get them open and see what's in there. This is going to be one stupendous mail call. Well, actually, it's not a mail call. It's a UPS call. Looks like they had to make sure they fit down inside. They were stomping on them boxes. And they can't read. It says top on that box and they get it down on the side. Yeah, well, let's get it out to the shop and we'll see what we got. Look at the mess in my garage. We had 2.5 inches of rain last night. According to my rain gauge, my tools and parts are all soaking wet. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleaning, but not only cleaning on the floor, but I gotta clean my benches off too and do some rearranging. Look at it, everything's trashed. Everything's trashed. I gotta do some rearranging and some building. I'm gonna extend that workbench over to that bench over there, right over the top of where that snow blower is. The snow blower will get turned around and we're gonna move things. I have my bench grinder over there, and right next to it I have my chop saw, aka miter saw. Looks like it's time to change the blade on that. And then I have my drill press here, and then I have my benchtop belt sander and disc sander. And well, I'm going to rearrange things and move things around to accommodate what you see coming in. So hold on to your hats and you'll get to see it. Be patient now. Yeehaw! Okay, pretty hefty stuff. And I gotta do a little rearranging before I start unboxing. And when I start unboxing, I'll turn the camera back on and you can see what came here to Minnesota all the way from Georgia. And just in case you haven't checked out his channel, I'm giving give a shout out to the gentleman who sent this to me, even before you know what it is. Fixing that up, Stan Cruz. I'll be back in a little bit. Be real short for you, but I got work to do. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. The great unboxing. And these boxes are numbered, so I think what we'll do, wow, we're going to start with the bottom one first, because this appears to be box number 1. Wow. And they're not light, believe me. I'll show you. This is also coming. It looks like something makes something. Look at the 3 minute for this one. It's 3 realistic. unboxing begins. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I missed one screw. Oh well. And can you see what it is? Can you see that? So there's the first part of our erector set. And let me see if I can zoom down in on the tag on the end there. If not, I'll just bring my camera over there and get in closer. There we go. Sears and Roebuck, Simpson. According to what Stan told me, these were made by Atlas. So it's a neat old piece. It needs some cleaning up, but I told Stan, I said, you know, I can do the cleaning. And he sent me a video as he was assembling the pieces or disassembling the pieces. So I have at least some point of reference. He can correct me, but I think that he never had it all together. And he could tell the story. Maybe I could talk him into doing a video telling us the whole story about this lathe. But that's the beginning. Now let's swing down here and we'll open up box number 2. Box number 2. It looks like the legs held in this box. Let me bring you right over here and point you down in there so you can see what's going on. Look at them apples down in there. Is that some cool stuff or what? I don't even know the names of all of these things, but I'll take them out of the box and I'll take them over to where the lathe bed is and just set them on there. I'm not going to set it up because I'm going to clean everything and maybe do some painting before I actually assemble it and get it functioning. And maybe some of you fellas there that have lathes can give me some instruction. One of the things I do know that Stan told me it doesn't have, and that is the chuck. And I am wondering if I could get some advice when I go to buy a chuck, which would be best for me to have. I know eventually Stan told me I would want both a 3-jaw and a 4-jaw, but knowing the kind of stuff that I generally do here in the shop, which do you think would be best for me to get first? I'm kind of thinking a 3-jaw, but I have no clue. So let me get this stuff out and we'll get it over on the bench. Here we go, box number 3. All the drive parts are down in there, I'd say. There is a faceplate there. So let me pull one more side off so I can get down in there with the screw gun and we'll pull them out. Ta-da! And there it is in all its glory. It's just pieces are just sitting on there. Nothing is mounted. I really have no clue as to what needs to be done to mount them all. I'll have to be doing some homework. I have that 1/3 horsepower motor back there, and as small as this lathe is, I'm thinking that maybe that would do the job. Any suggestions along that idea? And I know I need to get a chuck of some kind to go in this thing here, the tailstock. And I don't know what that piece there is. I have the tool rest thingy, whatever you call it. I have this thing here, and I'm assuming that that goes on top of this, something like that. Not sure how that tightens in there. But I'll figure that out. And this, of course, have to get this mounted on there. Back you up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. And I have this faceplate here. I guess I'm not sure, but I guess you can attach things to that for doing some turning. And I got a couple of pieces here that he took off for shipping purposes, and he sent me some stock to play with once I get a chuck, and a couple of little tools here. Yeah, so I'm stoked. I'm ready to go. I'm doing a lot of cleaning on it. I don't think I'm going to paint it. I think I'm just going to clean it real well and then oil it real well. And I'm not sure exactly how, like I said, not sure exactly how these different things work. But I will do some studying and learn about it and figure that all out. And Stan told me that there's a place I could, someplace online I could get a manual for this that will tell all about it. So any help anybody can help give me along the way, I'd be greatly appreciative. It's just the right size for my shop. I never do huge stuff, and if it takes me a month or more, I know I've already been pricing some, yeah, what do you call these? Chucks. Yeah, I've been already pricing the chucks, and they go, the cheapest one I saw was like around $100, and they go up from there up to a couple of $100. And I think this one is 10, 1 by 10 or 3/4 by 10. Yeah, I'm really stoked. And as I said, to get this set up in here, I have done some rearranging. Some of my boxes were over here, toolboxes were over here. My two electrical boxes were in there behind the belt sander, and my bench grinder was down here on this, and then I had my cutoff saw here where I now have my drill press, and my two electrical boxes are here. So this whole bench is lined up with toolboxes, and that junk box down in there is going to come out of there and get relocated. And I've got all of my metal scraps are down in this corner, so it's a very handy bar stock and tubing stock. And 9/10 of this stuff was stuff that I had gleaned out of the metal bin at the dump before they stopped us from picking. And so now over on this bench we have our belt sander and disc sander and two bench grinders. One of them is going to be set up with a flapper wheel and probably another kind of sanding wheel. And then of course my chop saw. And I built a new bench section. See if I can slide you around in here without bouncing you around too much. I built another bench section in here and tied this whole wall, goes from that red cabinet there almost down to that corner. And so now I have my two Wisconsin motors up on top there, and put all the tires and wheels that were cluttering the floor up down in here, and I need to get rid of a few more things. But yeah, we're working at getting things straightened out so I could get back to work on the gadget bike. And man, it rained last night, 2.5 inches of rain, and you can see it's still wet all the way here, all the way over to the back of my plow tractor. And you can see I got parts and tools and everything else laying on the ground, so I'm gonna have to get picking up on those tomorrow morning. Not tonight though. About time for me to go in and get cleaned up for prayer meeting. So before we go, I have one more thing that I have to do. Yes, sirree, Bob. And this is totally required viewing for all subscribers. Thank you very much, Stan. And wow, turn me on to that lathe. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Stan, so much for sending this lathe to me. And for you who haven't subscribed to him yet, it's fixing that up, and I'll put it right up here on the screen. Check him out and talk him into putting videos up again. He's slacked off for the last few months. So thanks again for watching, for commenting, subscribing, and just being there. Bye now.